MyIBD Care is a tool we've developed over the last 3 years to do two things. A patient-facing mobile phone application, which has a wide range of kind of key goals, and the other is a clinician platform. Ultimately, we're hoping that a tool like this has the potential to help you manage your disease. It's going to empower patients to understand more about their disease, to understand the relationship between things in their life that might trigger flares, to encourage them to stay well by themselves, and all of that's going to be really important.
Long-term conditions present a real challenge for the NHS. They always have, and that challenge is only increasing. So we need to find more efficient ways of providing effective care for people with long-term conditions, and that means removing care from the traditional setting. We found that when we ask people what type of care they would like, what type of interaction they would like, and the significant majority of them would like to have non-face-to-face interactions. People don't like coming into hospital.
Self-management's got probably two main tenets. The first is education and self-awareness, so being able to understand why you take the medications, what the disease is. There's the kind of softer side that we're really interested in, thinking about stress levels, thinking about exercise, thinking about your diet, thinking about how much sleep you get. And I think there's going to be a huge role in the future looking at not just inflammatory bowel disease, but other inflammatory conditions.
As part of their physical symptoms, patients with IBD have a lot of emotional impact from this disease, including stress, anxiety and depression. The app is going to help these patients with stress via mindfulness or articles to read or ways to find a bit of a solution to those symptoms. Then I think it's a really good idea.
I think once you're diagnosed, it's a bombshell. Suddenly you've gone from being perfectly healthy to being kind of almost like a shell of your former self. Having daily tracking how you're feeling, how you're eating, your stress levels, gives me a certain amount of confidence that someone at the hospital is monitoring how I'm doing without me having to go into the hospital every 2 months. I feel that there's an invisible person being a safety net for me. Should my condition deteriorate, there's someone watching and they'll catch it before it deteriorates too badly.
The overwhelming majority of them said that they would either want to use the app exclusively, just around 65% of them. Another 20-odd% said that they wanted to use the app and would accept a reduced frequency of face-to-face contact, and only 15% of them said that they would like to use the traditional means of communication, which is face-to-face and telephone if they needed to. So that's an overwhelming success for the app from our point of view, and it does take a lot of pressure off the hospital service if we can provide the same or better levels of care digitally and just provide face-to-face appointments when people really need them.
What the clinician portal allows you to do is stay connected with a patient, but at the same time check on how they're doing from a clinical perspective, and potential with the interface of blood test results, being able to see how they're doing from a safety point of view.
Getting started with MyIBD Care is actually really easy. You get a username and password and you can start giving it to your patients straight away. There's no complex integration with existing information technology systems, but information governance is important. And we've gone through this process in several major hospitals in the UK already, so we know and understand what the challenges are and what need to be addressed.
Crohn's and Colitis UK is a charity in the UK for Crohn's and colitis patients. It's an amazing resource of not only for patients but also for healthcare professionals, including nurses.
We are really excited and very grateful to be working with Crohn's and Colitis UK. They are the UK national charity for the condition, and they have a fantastic track record of engaging with patients, of producing information that is easy to understand, and really putting patients first and advocating for them in this condition, and that's really where we want to be.
There has been this pressure from NHS England over the last few years, but has really been crystallised in Simon Stevens' long-term plan that we need to be moving patients out of conventional secondary care follow-up and into a hybrid model by using digital tools. And this offers that solution. And I think that's incredibly powerful.